Imagine a phone that's compact in your hand, but absolutely monstrous in power. A device that packs a next-generation processor, a massive battery that seems almost impossible for its size, and a display so smooth it could make even the fastest gaming phones jealous. That's exactly what the upcoming OnePlus 15T is shaping up to be. This is one of those phones that, on paper, almost feels too good to be true. A smaller flagship with insane performance, a 165Hz LTPO AMOLED display, a brand new Snapdragon chip built on a 3nm process, and a gigantic 7000 mAh battery inside a relatively compact body. If these rumors hold up, this might be one of the most interesting Android phones of the year. So in this video, we're diving deep into everything about the OnePlus 15T, the design, the performance, the cameras, the battery, and why this phone might completely change the compact flagship game. And if you enjoy tech reviews like this and want to see more upcoming smartphone breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video, because it genuinely helps the channel grow. Let's start with the size, because this is where things get interesting. The OnePlus 15T is rumored to come with a 6.32-inch display, which in today's smartphone world actually counts as compact. Most flagship phones right now sit somewhere between 6.6 and 6.9 inches, which means the 15T could be a refreshing option for people who want flagship power without carrying around a giant slab in their pocket. But don't let that smaller size fool you, because the display itself looks seriously impressive. We're talking about an LTPO AMOLED panel capable of showing 1 billion colors with support for Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and HDR Vivid. And the real headline here is the refresh rate, which is rumored to reach up to 165 Hz. That means scrolling, gaming, and animations could look unbelievably smooth, even smoother than most flagship phones available today. The resolution is also quite sharp at 1216 by 2640 pixels, which puts the pixel density around 460 pixels per inch. In simple terms, everything should look crisp, detailed, and vibrant. On top of that, the screen is protected by crystal shield glass, which should add durability against scratches and everyday drops. The phone is also expected to have an IP68 rating, which means it should survive dust, splashes, and even being submerged in water for short periods. So durability-wise, it looks like OnePlus is not cutting corners here. Now, let's talk performance, because this is where the OnePlus 15T could become an absolute powerhouse. The phone is rumored to run on Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor, which is built on an advanced 3nm architecture. This chip uses the new Orion V3 Phoenix cores with clock speeds reaching up to an insane 4.6 GHz. To put that into perspective, that's desktop-level clock speed territory inside a smartphone. Pair that with the Adreno 840 GPU, and you're looking at a device that should handle heavy gaming, video editing, and multitasking with ease. Memory options are also pretty generous. The base model is expected to start with 12 GB of RAM, paired with 256 GB of storage, and it goes all the way up to 16 GB of RAM with a massive 1 TB storage option. That means power users, gamers, and content creators should have more than enough space and performance headroom. And the storage uses UFS 4.0, which is currently one of the fastest storage technologies available in smartphones. Now, right in the middle of the video, if you're enjoying this breakdown and want more upcoming smartphone reviews just like this one, take a second to hit that subscribe button and drop a like, because it really helps the channel reach more tech fans. Next up, let's talk about the cameras, because OnePlus has been improving its camera systems a lot over the past few generations. The OnePlus 15T is expected to feature a dual camera setup on the back. The main sensor is rumored to be a 50-megapixel wide camera with optical image stabilization and multi-directional phase detection autofocus. This should help capture sharper photos, especially in low-light situations or when shooting moving subjects. Alongside that main sensor, there's also a 50-megapixel telephoto camera with 2x optical zoom. While some people might prefer a longer zoom range, a 2x optical zoom lens is actually very practical for everyday photography like portraits and closer shots without losing detail. The camera system also includes features like HDR, panorama, and a color spectrum sensor, which helps improve color accuracy. For video recording, the OnePlus 15T should support 4K recording at 60 frames per second along with Dolby Vision HDR. That means better dynamic range and more cinematic-looking footage straight from the phone. Electronic stabilization combined with optical stabilization should also help keep videos smooth even while walking or recording handheld footage. On the front, there's expected to be a 32-megapixel selfie camera, which should be more than enough for sharp selfies and high-quality video calls. The front camera also supports HDR and panorama modes, along with 1080p video recording. Now let's talk about one of the most surprising parts of this phone, which is the battery. Somehow OnePlus is rumored to be packing a massive 7000 mAh battery inside the 15T. For a phone with a 6.32-inch display, that is absolutely huge. Most phones around this size usually carry batteries around 4500 to 5000 mAh. So if this rumor turns out to be accurate, the OnePlus 15T could easily become a two-day phone for many users. Charging speeds also look solid. The phone is expected to support 80-watt wired charging, which means you should be able to top up the battery incredibly quickly. It also supports multiple charging standards, including PPS, power delivery, and quick charge, which improves compatibility with different chargers. There's even a reverse wired charging feature, so the phone can share battery power with other devices if needed. Connectivity is also fully loaded. The OnePlus 15T supports the latest Wi-Fi 7 standard along with Bluetooth 5.4 for faster and more stable wireless connections. There's also NFC for mobile payments, an infrared port, which is surprisingly useful for controlling TVs or other electronics, and extremely precise GPS positioning thanks to support from multiple satellite systems. The phone also includes an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner under the display, which is usually faster and more reliable than traditional optical sensors. On the software side, it will run Android 16 with OxygenOS 16 globally, while the Chinese version is expected to use ColorOS 16. So when you put all of this together, the OnePlus 15T starts to look like a really exciting device. A compact flagship size, a ridiculously powerful new Snapdragon processor, a super smooth 165Hz display, strong cameras, and one of the biggest batteries we've ever seen in a phone this size. If OnePlus manages to deliver all of this at a competitive price, it could easily become one of the most balanced Android phones of the year. Of course, right now, these are still early rumored specifications, so we'll have to wait for the official announcement to see how much of this actually becomes reality. But if even most of these specs make it into the final product, the OnePlus 15T could be a serious contender in the flagship market. And if you want to stay updated on upcoming smartphones, deep tech reviews, and the latest gadget news, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video so you never miss the next upload.